未来高铁的竞争就是舒适性的竞争。
At Southwest Jiaotong University, a research team is working to set new standards for comfort in high-speed rail travel.
高铁里头乘坐的时间长短啊，那么以及在外面的明亮程度，可能要适度的改变这个车体里头照度的一些情况。我们今天做这个实验呢，是非常重要的一个舒适性研究，一个基础这个研究实验。今天这实验的目的呢，是在高铁车上啊，我们来感受一下在高铁实际运行过程当中，它的振动状态啊，它的气压波动状态，以及它的噪声，还有它车厢内的温湿度和照度的变化。
Professor Lin's team conducts a series of tests. Data collected from these tests is critical for creating the optimal conditions for passenger comfort, and they're doing it with the help of China's most famous critter, the beloved panda. Even with the introduction of the railway in China nearly a century and a half ago, traveling across its vast hinterland was arduous and time-consuming. The high-speed rail has changed this by figuratively compressing space and time and offering more comfort than was once even imagined. Using a high-tech train simulator, Professor Lin and his team are conducting experiments to test the physical and psychological effect of vibration, noise, air pressure, temperature, and humidity on passengers.
就是那个灯光线学的实验啊，最不舒服。主要就是一个是眼睛感觉很，另外感觉到有点心烦，因为当我年纪大了。
在高速列车长时间乘坐里面以后，车厢内的空气品质，比如说，还包括温湿度、照度的变化，都会引起人的不舒适。那么对我们来说，就应该找出来这些因素如何对人产生不舒适之间的关联程度，从而形成一个统一的评价标准。
Unlike the established safety and comfort benchmarks of the aviation industry, the regulators of China's high-speed rail travel are still defining benchmarks for their industry, and they're determined to set the bar high.
坐高铁现在感觉会比飞机坐得更舒服，然后它的噪音和它的那个震动感觉会比飞机小。飞机在起飞的时候，耳朵的压力感觉比较明显，然后如果飞机遇到气流的时候，颠簸比较大，然后高铁在整体上它的震动和噪声都是还是可以接受的。
From technical design to ergonomics, China is on a quest to perfect its 21st century symbol. But additional help is needed, even from some unexpected friends.
当我们把人形的综合舒适度检测搬到我们高速列车站进行跟踪实验的时候呢，就发现了这样一个现象：很多人来回走的时候，突然会吓一跳，怎么有个人坐在那静静的一动不动的？后来说，哎呀，你这不行，要改，挺吓人的。后来想想，我们来自于熊猫的故乡，因此我们就把熊猫作为我们这个一个标志，这就是熊猫人的故事。在我们研究高速列车综合舒适度的过程当中呢，我们就设计了一个类似于像人一样的，能够感受这6个综合舒适度指标的这样一个熊猫人的综合监测系统。
It isn't just high-speed rail builders who conduct experiments on their trains. Videos of passengers putting the high-speed rail's reputed smooth ride to the test have been chalking up views on the internet. Coins balanced on windowsills of high-speed trains are seen to remain standing, even at 300 kilometers per hour. One secret of creating a ride this smooth while traveling at such speeds lies beneath the train. The deceivingly ordinary-looking tracks these high-speed wonders run on. The Chinese have been using a method of making seamless rail tracks since the 1950s. Today, they're made in the steel factory 30 kilometers north of Beijing.
高速铁路用轨与普速钢轨相比， 从进场开始就有相当的区别，主要是让高速铁路在运行过程中减少焊缝对轮队的冲击，以及让乘客感受到更好的舒适性。
Both ends of 5 100-meter steel rail segments are heated up to 1,000 degrees Celsius, then welded into a seamless 500-meter-long rail. Each segment is carefully inspected and tested for durability. Once approved, these segments are transported by rail, of course, to railway construction sites for installation. When finally laid out end-to-end, these 500-meter segments will form tracks with as few joints as possible. Less joints means less bumps, and less bumps mean a smoother ride. 4,500 trains run across these tracks every day. With such heavy usage, the wear and tear to tracks is something that's religiously monitored. While seemingly unglamorous, the work that goes on here is critical to the high-speed rail's continued success. In fact, the safety of 1.7 billion passengers who use it each year depends on it.
我们高铁每天都会是在我们的这个轨道上来回的跑，而我们这个实验呢，模拟的就是我们的高速列车每天在我的轨道上跑以后，它到底对我的结构会产生什么样的疲劳影响呢？损伤影响呢？一根细的铁丝不能把它一次性折断，但是呢，如果我反复这些拧呢，我的铁丝就把它拧断了。我们把它称作叫一个疲劳破坏现象。我的结构设计年限可能我的桥梁是100年，我的轨道是60年，但是如果我要等60年，我早就不存在了。
To understand the effects of prolonged wear and tear on rail durability, Professor Song Lee of Central South University artificially ages samples of track in the lab to better understand how acidity, heat, and vibration affect track integrity.
所以我们就根据我们的一个相似比，快速的完成实验的方法。我在我的实验室模拟1年，相当于我实际10年、20年，通过这种快速的方法来满足我们现在实际工程的一个需要。
Outside the lab, over 35,000 kilometers of high-speed rail tracks are meticulously checked throughout the year. This is done manually, at night, in all kinds of weather. A task that must be completed in just 4 hours, because the high-speed rail requires high-speed maintenance. As the last of China's high-speed trains rolls into the depot for the night, track maintenance crews prepare for an important activity, ensuring the tracks and other equipment are shipshape. The safety of commuters is what's at stake, so there's nothing left to chance. The health and condition of cables supplying electricity to the high-speed rail and the tracks themselves are examined for defects. Every night throughout the year, maintenance teams across China conduct stringent checks on high-speed rail tracks. Every piece of equipment and every team member is accounted for before and after each shift. In the course of a year, each 18 to 20-man crew covers 150 of over 35,000 kilometers of high-speed rail tracks. It is a tedious process, but one that's absolutely necessary. Before maintenance can begin, power cables must be earthed to prevent fatalities.
接地线的时候呢，先接地端，再接被停电的设备，这个顺序千万不可以错的。如果错了，这个人员会被这个感应电击伤，导致这个人身事故。验电接地横线是咱们这个接撞作业必须的，也是第一道保证作业组人身安全的一道程序。
The entire process begins with the cutting off of the main power supply to the appropriate stretch of track. Then, crews earth the electricity on either end of the stretch. Not unlike sticking a test pen in a power socket, a high-voltage detector is used to confirm there is no live electricity running in the cables. Only then can actual track maintenance take place. Meanwhile, the track team prepares to inspect the track. It's laborious work, and the harsh weather isn't helping.
现在风速是4到5级，气温是零下1度。
Unfortunately, such work can only be done at night.
我们在京沪高铁廊坊站进行一个倒插巡视的作业。我们高铁都是白天都是跑车，晚上是垂直天窗，天窗时间都是0点30至4点30。白天要跑车，只有晚上有这个垂直天窗时间，所以说工作都是在晚上做的。
Track inspection is a precise process that requires specialized training. To make the grade, tracks must, amongst other things, display uniformity of width and level. Equipment is used to help crew ascertain track geometry, gauge measurement, super elevation, stationing, and chainage. Technicalities that translate into speed, safety, and comfort for high-speed rail passengers. Time is of the essence for track maintenance. With such a small window before the trains roll again, crews split up to cover more ground. Each time a high-speed train travels the line, the tracks and adjacent structures are subject to vibrations that can loosen nuts and bolts. If these land on the tracks, the consequences could be dire. This explains the degree of care and attention to detail with which these maintenance technicians carry out their nightly task. They also manually check the integrity of overhead cable structures.
首先要检查铝合金材质的这些零部件有没有裂纹。第二要检查所有的螺栓螺母有没有松动。第三要检查每个螺母都有防松装置。 如果螺母松动以后，螺母脱落的话，到时候零部件脱落，造成机车过受电工，零部件脱落，机车受电工过去就会打工，造成咱们工网故障事故。
Where human lives are concerned, no detail is too small or innocuous. Nuts, bolts, fastenings, cables, every inch of track is thoroughly examined.
到现在也7年左右了吧，主要都是为了保证铁路运行安全。这份工作虽然辛苦，有可能外面人不怎么了解我们这个铁路的工作。给我的感觉就是每天第一趟列车过去，还是比较自豪的。
It is 4:30 a.m. Maintenance is done for the night, and the first trains of the day can safely take to the tracks. The innovations of technology and efficiency aren't just visible in China's high-speed trains or the tracks they run on. At the Great Wall site, examples of efficient innovation have popped up in the construction process as well. Running the Beijing-Zhangjiakou line beneath the Great Wall is only one challenging aspect of this project. The other are the obstacles Mother Nature has put before China's high-speed rail builders. Obstacles that need outside-the-box solutions. Solutions that can help them negotiate large tracts of land, vast bodies of water, and the onset of bone-chilling winter temperatures. This factory in Huailai County, China, turns out prefab 800-ton cement blocks needed to build viaducts for the high-speed rail's Beijing-Zhangjiakou line, the world's first intelligent railway. Chief Engineer Wang is in charge of production here.
我们这个箱梁主要是用于咱们新建京张铁路一个奥运工程通道而设的一个梁场。目前我们这个梁主要用于我们这个本标段的15公里的新宝安特大桥。
To facilitate more efficient construction, pop-up factories like this have sprung up where needed along the Beijing-Zhangjiakou line. Everything about this line is smart. Its entire ecosystem leverages on advanced technologies for efficiency, accuracy, and cost-effectiveness. With every detail computed with minute precision, 130 tons of cement are poured into 32-meter-long molds and left to harden.